So I'm going to post some screenshots after this, and this is going to show you why, um, like what part of being a professional witch entails. And honestly, like just like the disrespect that comes along with it. Um, I, shit. So after spending this is a conversation over 2 days with this person, and I counted it up, and this is not with the run-on sentences, just counting the question marks. This is 16 questions that this person asked me. Mind you, this is while I'm trying to fulfill orders, while I'm trying to do photos for new products, um, while I'm printing orders and answering other emails. My son is having an emotionally tough time right now, so he's home with me. I'm checking on him. This is listing new products. This is tending to client work. This is trying desperately to tend to my own, personal altar work. So 16 questions this person asks, and I answer all of them over 2 days. Now, this is through the chat option on my site. This isn't even an email. They haven't once offered to pay for my time, pay for a reading, pay for a consultation. Um, they haven't purchased anything yet. They haven't even placed an order for products. And as elder witches, we often answer a lot of questions, and we don't mind doing that. But sometimes when we post videos like this, where we're like, and y'all will think we're like copying an attitude and that like we should be, so grateful to be professional witches, and we are. But this just shows you how people use us. So would you ever walk into any other professional's office or contact any other professional, a doctor, a lawyer, a mechanic, somebody working at Amazon? Would you ever send them this barrage of questions and expect them to spend their time over 2 days answering them for free and never once offer to pay a consultation fee or it's absurd the way people operate now. I have never in my life gone to a professional and wanted 2 days worth of information that I have spent 30 years gaining this knowledge, and to just think that somebody owes that to me to just satisfy my curiosities, and spend their own personal time away from their professional career and away from their family to just answer my questions that without any compensation whatsoever. And then you can see at the end of the screenshots, I'm going to show you these now. So you can see at the very end there where I politely say, actually don't teach through chat boxes. Nobody teaches through the chat boxes. It's an option to answer quick FAQs. Okay, like, do you ship internationally? What shipping company do you use? Do you sell this type of product, etc. Okay, and I politely say, I recommend that you book a consultation if you have further questions. And then there is radio silence from this person. It's now been almost 24 hours, and there has been not one more question. Why? Because I finally, and I waited way too long to do it, that's my bad, set a boundary and asked to be compensated for my time. This is why your elder witches Um, if you see us online and we're like, ain't nobody got time for that, this is why. We get used and abused on these platforms with people picking our brains and refusing to compensate us. Um, and it would have been completely different if the person would have gone into this and said, you know what, I got exactly $0, but I'm really confused and I could use some help. And that would have been one thing. You know what I mean? And no, I didn't answer the questions because I thought I was going to get some money out of it. I spent 2 days answering the questions because I wanted to answer the questions clearly. But it got to a point to where um, I was being used, okay, and I had to say, okay, now I should have been being compensated this entire time, but I'm not going to answer any more questions. You're taking time away from other clients who paid, who are waiting to be answered. You're taking time away from my kids. I could be on the phone with my daughter talking to her about her college homework. I could be sitting with my son reading a book. Okay. Um, now this is not, we're not friends. You know what I mean? We're not hanging out. We're not chilling, sitting here, talking about magic. I wish we were, but we're not. So, my point being, don't do this, okay? Don't do this. If you need some of somebody's time, find a way to compensate them, okay? A lot of us have a donation option on our site where it's $1 or $5, and you can go send $1 or $5 to us. If you have a lot of questions, a lot of my clients will do this. A lot of my old school long term clients, the ones that I've been having around for 15 years, still do this. If they send me a question, they'll go make a $5 donation. Because because they're good people and because that's what you should do. Like, you should want to do that. You shouldn't want things for free. You shouldn't want to just energetically suck and take from people. So, if you find yourself like just emotionally dumping and bombarding people with questions like this, and then we politely tell you like, hey, I really think you should book a session. We're not being rude. You're actually being rude. Okay, you've taken advantage of us. um you have had the audacity to assume that you should get everything for free and not work for it like we did. So yeah, please don't be one of these people, okay? Um, I love y'all. I'm just throwing it out there. So don't do this.